What's up, guys? It's KB. Make sure you subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Click the bell icon down below so you don't miss a single video from us. And thanks for tuning in to another video from Underground Sports Philadelphia. Now let's get into it.
Philadelphia, baby, you're going to love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually, the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
What is going on, OTB Nation? Welcome in to episode number 393 of the award-nominated, honorably mentioned, number 9 NCAA ranked, number 11 Philadelphia ranked, and of course viewable on YouTube, Outside the Box podcast, the official Lacrosse podcast on the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network. KB Teague coming at you post PLL Championship Game. We were in the building for it all. We're going to recap the entire game as the New York Atlas reigns supreme. The Bulls are on parade, and they are your 2025 PLL champions. We'll talk about everything from the game, what we saw, our perspectives on it all. We will also get into the end-of-year awards a little bit more now that everything's said and done. All the first and second teams are out there. I'll share a little bit of my ballot because, yes, indeed, I am an end-of-year award voter, and a whole lot more. Plus, we'll touch more on the WLL and just some thoughts and concepts that Deej and I have been having off-pod about what a season is going to look like, the excitement of a draft, and all of that good stuff, and kind of just expand upon our initial thoughts on last week's episode. But thank you to everyone for tuning in last week. We're still clipping through a bunch of the interviews, which will be making their way to social media in the near future. But the interviews were great. I was showing Deej clips when I was editing a whole bunch of them when he was here before the championship game. We were just cracking up at how, like, in real time, I knew they were great. But then watching them back, I was like, holy shit, there was so many moments in so many of these interviews that, like, we would have never been afforded the opportunity to get had we not been at Media Day. So big thank you to Grace, Nick, and the whole PLL media team for giving us another spot at Media Day. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys are following us on the socials at OTB Lax Pod across the board. We're on every social platform. Keep following us. We're like less than 300 followers away from 2K on Twitter. We're less than 200 away from 1K on Instagram. So keep following us at OTB Lax Pod. Follow Hoots. It'll make him feel better. He's down absurdly bad right now after this game, after the Broncos and Colts, and who knows what he's going to be like with the Chargers game this weekend for the Broncos. So go follow Hoots and just send him love from us here at Hoots Sports Media. Follow Deej at SCS_NextGreat. Follow me at KBIZZL311 on Twitter, KBIZZLE11 on Instagram. And also follow our young lad, Ryan Tessier, RJ Clip That, on Instagram. Run my boy's followers up because he was unbelievable for us this season. We had him with us for one of the days in Philadelphia. At Villanova, we had him in Fairfield, and he caught the one angle of Brendan O'Neill's between the legs goal that is just insane that the league ended up using in a bunch of promotional stuff. And then we had him at the semifinals. We had him at Media Day. We had him at the finals. He's truly like part of this team, as are all of our photographers from this season. But go run my boy's followers up because he is truly the absolute best. And go follow our boy Jackie Knight at Jack_on_sports. He's doing a great job covering Syracuse right now in his freshman year. And he's working on getting Syracuse lacrosse coverage full-time for another outlet he's working for, as well as doing stuff in conjunction with us. So go follow him on the socials as well. Subscribe to the pod, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave us a 5-star review. It goes a long way for helping this show continue to grow. Helps more people find OTB on their podcast apps of choice. So keep subscribing, leaving those 5-star reviews. And, of course, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia and Outside the Box podcast YouTube channels. If you want to watch this show every single week, it's youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. That's where you get full video episodes of this show every single week, full video episodes of every show on our network, clips, shorts, live streams, original video content. It's all on our YouTube channel. We're at 1,106 subscribers, which means we're 94 away from our next 100 subscriber milestone, and we are 37 subscribers away from 100 on the OTB channel, which is where you get those numbies up. We're getting the OTB College Show with Deej and friends, Deej and the kids doing the damn thing this coming college lacrosse season. So if you want that show as well, go subscribe, youtube.com/@OTBLaxPod, but also subscribe to the main channel, youtube.com/@UndergroundSportsPhiladelphia. And this show is proudly brought to you guys by our friends over at Rita's in Sewell. Guys, summer's not over just yet. We still got a little bit of time, and guess what? Rita's is still open. Rita's is still dishing out all of those delicious sweet treats. Get them while you can. Go visit our friends at Rita's in Sewell, 288 Egg Harbor Road. Definitely check out all of the hours now, because now that school is back in session, a lot of the summertime workers are back in high school. Some hours have changed accordingly, so definitely check that before you go. But visit our friends at Rita's in Sewell, 288 Egg Harbor Road in Sewell, New Jersey, or go to ritasice.com to see all of the flavors and delicious treats that they have. They got some fall treats right now. I don't know if I can tickle your fancy with any of these right now, but to me, even as someone who doesn't consume some of these types of flavors on the regular, they just look delicious. Because right now they've got the fall flavors bumping and grinding over at Rita's, and I want to pull them up
about
here.
To say, what kind of flavor is that?
It's kind of crazy. Let me find
I was talking about bumping and grinding. I'm like, whoa.
Hey,
excuse me?
Sometimes it be like that. Right now, the Rita's fall flavors, they've got the concrete concoctions, including the following treats here. Where is it? Come on. This is great ad read, great podcasting. Okay, everyone. This is how you make it big. This is how you do it. It's right here. Rita's Ice. The fall concrete creations. They've got the pumpkin pie concrete, which returns this season, as well as the new apple butter concrete, which hits the menu. And they've got the harvest swirl as well. The apple butter concrete looks just like apple pie and ice cream. It looks fantastic. They've got the harvest swirl concrete, which is vanilla custard blended with apple butter syrup and pumpkin cream. And then they've got the pumpkin pie concrete as well, which is blended with pumpkin cream and vanilla wafers. It's like a pumpkin pie in a Rita's concoction. It's absolutely absurd how delicious they make these things. So visit our friends at Rita's in Sewell, or go to ritasice.com to check out all the information. And we thank Rita's for being a proud partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia and the Outside the Box podcast. Deej, we're post almost 24 hours and 7 days of the championship game coming to a close. The New York Atlas are your 2025 PLL champions. How are we feeling post-championship, post all the happenings? I know you and I have some thoughts on the venue, but
we can separate. We can hold off on that for show.
We can separate the art from the artist.
Oh, the artist can go to hell. The artist can go to hell. The art was magnificent.
The art was chef's kiss.
The artist, man.
The artist didn't finish the project
at all. Damn near didn't start it. You have you know what? This is why this reminds me. Cover up. It's like a tattoo cover up. This is why artists be saying they won't add on to another artist's work. Is because of what we went through this past weekend.
They put that stadium on Ink Master.
And it got booted off immediately.
Yo, that was like a week one Ink Master.
Nasty.
We're just here to say this is nothing against the actual game, but I said it from the jump as soon as I found out that the championship game was happening at the now named Sports Illustrated Stadium, formerly Red Bull Arena. That place stinks. That place is a dump. The grass is horrible. And it's just not a great venue. And it held true, in my opinion. It was not, and this is all of my Philly bias aside, because yes, I love Subaru Park. That place is an incredible venue for multiple sports. Now that I have actually seen a Philadelphia Union game there, but nonetheless, we've seen games played at better stadiums during a regular season. That stadium stinks, and it was just not a fun location whatsoever, in my opinion, for a multitude of reasons.
Yeah, like legitimately could have gone without almost losing my life multiple times.
And on top of that, like not even the venue, just the actual stadium employees of Sports Illustrated Stadium were so fucking rude.
Disgustingly rude.
Like it was jaw-dropping like shock at how I was like felt like I was being talked to by so many people. And this has nothing to do with anyone from the PLL whatsoever. This is just like these employees, I don't know if they woke up on the wrong side of the bed that day. I don't know if they got stuck in traffic on their way to work. They were just downright rude, and it left a bad taste in my mouth, and it genuinely, like, I would never go to, like, outside of the PLL, because obviously, like, that's an obligation, and I will be at a PLL event no matter what. But, like, anything else, like, if it was a MLS game, like, I would never go to a Union away game there. I would never go to a concert there. It was just downright, like, left a bad taste in my mouth with how everything outside of like the PLL ops portion of things was run. It was really, really bad.
Yeah, I'm not gonna cap with you. Unless the PLL goes back there, I'm never stepping foot in that place again. Mm-hmm. It was one of my worst experiences at a sports game ever. Like literally, it was nothing about it was comfortable. The food options sucked. Our setup was a death trap.
The press area was laughable, and it was they've been doing construction in that stadium for a long time, and I felt like we were in a Home Depot commercial, because if you've ever been outside of a Home Depot where they have like the sheds and all of that kind of stuff, we were in one of those like display sheds, and it was so hot inside them because there was no air circulation whatsoever. The flooring, I felt like I was gonna fall through. I had to be like gentle stepping. It was not a fun place to be. To put it simply, it was not a fun place to be. So hopefully that is not the site of a championship game for a long, long time, because I haven't even spoken to anybody else about it really, but I would love to get their thoughts. But genuinely just like not a fun like optics experience from the employees of Sports Illustrated Stadium, like at all. And this isn't like us trying to be hoity-toity, like holier than thou. Like, I would say this about any venue. There's been venues that we've enjoyed more than others on a PLL tour. There's been venues that like we wish we could go back to because they were great. You know, we went to Audi Field in 2021 for the championship game, and while Audi Field wasn't like ideal, it was still a much better experience overall than what Sports Illustrated Stadium was.
Yeah, and what really sucks for me is that was the very first time I'd been there. So like this was a horrible experience and first impression. Like I now literally like can't find a reason to go back. And that's what really sucks about this is like I just didn't have a good time. In that, like we said earlier, it doesn't take anything away from the game.
Right. Nothing of the PLL essence. Like our PLL experience was fantastic, as it always is. Mm-hmm. Like everything from the PLL ops, you know, access, all of that. This is strictly the venue, which the PLL has nothing to do with other than they booked that place because of time of year. It was open. It was available. It was a middle point for a lot of areas. Nothing from the PLL side of things is what we're complaining. This is us having beef with Sports Illustrated Stadium.
Yeah, they're not.
I don't want anyone to twist our words.
Right. No, I have absolutely nothing to complain about when it comes to the PLL. They've done a great job and have
they've gone above and beyond for the media members
consistently. Not just us, but everyone that they welcome in as media. So, yeah, absolutely no beef there. But Sports Illustrated Stadium and their staff have a lot of work to do in order to just get better. Not for me, but just in general for the fans that do go.
Like if I was a Red Bulls fan, like I'd be pissed if those were like the employees I had to deal with and I'm never like this. Like you guys know, Deej worked in customer service. I still work in customer service. Y'all know we take this like to heart with like how we treat people and like how we have to bottle things in sometimes. It was just like flat out crazy to me the way that in a lot of instances we were like spoken to, and I don't know, it just rubbed me the wrong way. It rubbed Deej the wrong way. And if anybody from Sports Illustrated Stadium wants to hop on the show and just give us a rundown of why things are like that, would love to chat.
You're funny.
But again,
you're funny.
This has nothing to do with the PLL whatsoever. Like our PLL experience was fantastic. Like we had our own setup, we got field access, all three of us, me, you, and Ryan. Ryan was snapping away. I can't wait to see the photos when he's done editing them. We were able to, have front row spots at the press conference. Like it was another fantastic, PLL experience. So shout out to Grace, shout out to Nick, Mike, and Paul, everybody involved with the media side of things that make our lives and our experiences from that aspect truly one of one. But Sports Illustrated Stadium, we got beef. But let's talk about the game. Enough about a stadium that doesn't have a personality and doesn't know we even exist. The New York Atlas take home the title for the very first time in franchise history. Final score 14-13. One of the best championship games in history, if not the best, depending on who you are. If you're Mikey Diggs, if you're a day one Atlas fan, this is the best championship game. If you're Hoots, this is one of the worst days of your life. From a neutral perspective, I thoroughly enjoyed this game. It brought everything. But I think first and foremost, I know I'm speaking for you, I'm speaking for Hoots, I'm speaking for everybody in the lacrosse realm, sending out our best to Xander Dixon. I know he had successful surgery. Just a gruesome occurrence that you never want to see. And luckily, like, we were in the makeshift press box area, so like we were on the far side of where that occurred, so we didn't really see what happened. And I still have I've like been very hesitant to even like go and rewatch the game because I don't want to see that, because Xander's been so kind to us, and like to see somebody who like has given us the time of day in press conferences and just seeing him around PLL weekends. I don't ever want to see anybody go through, such a brutal injury on a stage like that, no less. But definitely sending our best to Xander Dixon and a speedy, healthy, and successful recovery to one of the best in the game.
First, kind of mad I didn't say in my predictions that they were going to win it all. That would have been a fantastic clip to have. But secondly, the vibe of the game completely changed after Xander went down, kind of on both sides inside the stadium. There was that collective, like, oh, this is bad, kind of having those feelings for him. And then it went back to, but part of playing lacrosse is this is a healing game. Mm-hmm. And they just balled out. It was a very fun game to watch. There wasn't ever, I think, a time in this game where anybody felt like one team was going to run away. Like, It was competitive the entire time. There were plays being made on both ends. I mean, this literally came down to a few inches.
Literally.
Because we don't know what happens if Brennan makes that shot and it goes overtime. If he doesn't land in the crease and they get a reset and what they do from there. Like, there was so much that happened in that play, and it's all just inches that makes the difference there. That's what makes this game so great, is that every moment of this game, inches mattered. And it eventually all just fell into the hands of the Atlas the way that everything played out. But Denver didn't shy away at all. There never was a question of why Denver was there. There never was a belief that Denver didn't have a true chance to win this championship either. And we noticed kind of at the very beginning, there was a slight difference in the crowds, but it wasn't all that different, especially later in the game when Denver really got back into it and looked like they were going to win the game. That's when it really showed, like, oh, Denver's got a lot of fans here, and everything that was happening, there was just noise on both sides, and I loved the energy inside of the building, and the game definitely provided what I said it would when we were talking in our preview of the game, that it was going to be one of the best PLL championships and one of the best outdoor lacrosse championships we've ever seen in our lives. And I mean, like you said, depending on who it asks, it might be the best, but it definitely was a very, very good championship game.
And it's one of those things too, like the crowd was great. Like it almost felt 50-50 at some points, during this, because Denver went out to that early 5-3 lead after the first quarter. And, Dalton Young, just want to remind everyone, I didn't say it, but currently my shirt is saying it, Deej. The shirt says it if you're watching on YouTube. Dalton Young, if you remember last week's episode, I said he's the X factor. Goes behind the back in the first quarter. Like, that was like such a tone setter. I felt like early on for Denver was like they were getting everyone involved and they were playing team offense. And that was like such a boost for them, that it wasn't just the Brennan O'Neill or Pat Cavanaugh show. Like, yes, Pat got the goal scoring going for them, but Denver in that first quarter was Pat, Dalton Young, assisted by Pat, Brennan, Jonathan Donville, assisted by Logan Wisnauskas, and then Dalton Young. Dalton Young was responsible for multiple points in the first quarter. Jonathan Donville scores in the first quarter. Pat Cav is responsible for 2 points in that quarter. They were just playing such a good collective team offense. And then super quickly, New York adjusts offensively. They find the lanes in that second quarter. Mike Manley talked about it in the post-game press conference. The second quarter is where they lost the game. They lost the game in the second quarter because New York just cracked the code on their defense, and then New York's defense really stepped up. Liam stepped up in a huge way, and you get Jeff Teague going, Connor Schellenberger going on an assist from Michael Rexroad. That was Michael Rexroad's first career assist playing lacrosse, not only professionally, but dating back to college. He had never had an assist. That was his first assist, college or pro, of his career. And it happens a couple miles away from where he went to college. Like, that's super cool for Rex. Danny Logan assisted that first goal of the second quarter that Jeff Teat scored. Danny Logan scored in this game as well. I'm not saying, but some people are saying the OTB bump is quite real because Danny Logan had 2 points all year, Deej. And can you remind the people where and when he scored those 2 points? It was a goal and an assist. He had 2 points all year. When did that happen?
Against Denver.
Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And then he does the same goddamn thing in the championship against Denver after coming on the pod. No big deal. Shout out to Danny Logan. Shelley gets an assist from Brett Makar. Jeff Teat goes unassisted. Matt Trainer goes unassisted after Xander Dixon's injury. And that was like, Denver started off playing team ball, and then you see New York playing team ball. And it wasn't just Jeff Teat going to the rack. It wasn't just Shelley, finding time and room and getting his hands free. It wasn't, just Matt Trainer unassisted stepping in. You got assists in that second quarter from Danny Logan, Michael Rexroad, Brett Makar. That's great transition offense. And that's a credit to New York just adjusting and kind of just finding their swagger in that second quarter. And then you go into halftime, after a 5-3 first quarter, it's 9-7, and the game's a little bit flipped on its head. New York's got to kind of adjust because of the Xander injury. And then the third quarter rolls out. Matt Trainer scores out of the half. And then Denver find a little bit of swagger. Pat Cav scores. Jared Bernhardt scores. Logan Wisnauskas gets on the board on an assist from Ryan Terefenko. Then Reed Bowering, Commissioner Schnarps, how you doing? From Jeff Teat. And then Brennan O'Neill. And then Graham Bundy Jr., how you doing, Bundo? On an assist from Pat Cav. Denver found a little bit of swagger there. And then the third quarter, Matt Trainer assisted from Bowering. Brian Costabile. Costabile scores 2 goals in 90 seconds and kind of ices it. And then Denver get the last goal of the game. Jared Bernhardt assisted from Ryan Terefenko. Both teams played such good collective team lacrosse. But again, that second quarter was like the defining portion of the game where New York was just firing on all cylinders. And then the unfortunate Xander Dixon injury happens, and now as a team, you are playing for more than just yourselves, more than just you're playing for a fallen teammate. And you see the videos, during the injury, you see the videos after the injury. You knew that those guys were motivated to go get the job done for Xander Dixon. You knew how important Xander was going into this game and how long he's been a part of this organization. But seeing the way that guys got emotional that you've never seen be emotional on camera like that, you can tell how special and important of a player and a person Xander Dixon is to this organization. And the New York Atlas get it done for their guy.
Yeah, I mean, it's always tough losing a teammate. It doesn't really matter what time of the year you do it, but it really sucks to do it in a championship game. You guys have been working all season, all playoffs to that one point, and now they kind of don't really get to enjoy it in the same way. It takes effect, and sometimes for the good and sometimes for the bad. Atlas were able to corral themselves and keep themselves composed and go out and keep their head focused on the mission, which was going out and winning a championship. Whether Shelley was there or not, that was always the goal. So I really, commend teams that are able to really keep themselves focused in a moment like that. Especially a guy like Shelley, who's been playing with Xander for forever. That's not an easy thing to see and then bounce back and continue to play well through. So that was something that I noticed. And then just the way the coaches handled the situation as well. I just feel like Atlas did a really great job of composing themselves and staying focused on what the mission truly was. But on the flip side, I mean, Denver also took advantage of that too. They were able to play defense a little bit differently. They were able to kind of press into that wound basically and kind of go, okay, we can do some different things. We can get out in transition. We can, take advantage of this opportunity and this slight change in momentum. And they did a great job of taking hold of that time and using it to put themselves in a good position. They just weren't able to come out in the end. I think really both teams did a great job of understanding that situation and how it could affect the game and then doing their best to have it be a positive impact for them rather than a negative one.
Yeah, and I mean, you just look at every PLL season that wasn't the bubble. Obviously, we know 2019 was a 1-goal championship game. 2021, Chaos kind of just ran away with it at the end. They won 14-9. You go to 2022 when it was the Water Dogs and Chaos at Subaru Park. I believe that was a 2-goal game. So a 1-score game when the Water Dogs won 11-9. And then 2023 when the Archers beat the Water Dogs, I believe that was a 1-goal game. 15-14. And then 2024, I forget what the final score of that Archers was, 12-8. So, like, we've had multiple one-score championship games, 2019, 2022, 2023, and now 2025. 4 out of the 7, if you include the bubble, have been one-score games or one-goal games. And I think that's a huge testament to just the product that's put on the field for the PLL. That's a huge testament to the vision that Paul and Mike have had for this league to not rush things and not make things grow beyond the means. You know, everyone wants to call for expansion. Everyone wants to have more, teams in the league. They want to have more quote unquote parity. I think where we're at right now, you have arguably, until this league is wherever they want to cap it, whatever the eventual number is, you're experiencing parity like you've never experienced before in your major four sports for a lot of reasons. We weren't alive when the NFL started. We weren't alive when the NBA or MLB or NHL started. We're seeing from the ground up a professional sports league showcase the best of the best and how difficult it is to crack a 19-man roster and be out on the field to compete in a championship game. Like, think about this New York Atlas roster for a minute. Everybody listening and watching at home. There's guys like Kyle Jackson and Miles Jones who didn't play for half the season. There are guys on that Denver Outlaws roster who didn't play for a majority of the season. There's guys throughout the league who, yes, could they make up 2 more rosters? A bunch of these guys that are on protected rosters or reserve rosters, what have you, for sure. But would we have the same parity? Would we have more than 50% of our championship games resulting in one-score games? I find it hard to say yes, because then you're just adding more to the equation and you're not getting all of the best battling and competing for the ultimate prize at the end of the day, which is obviously hoisting that trophy at the championship venue. This game had it all. It was a brilliant performance from both teams, and I implore, shout out to the Denver Rough Riders. They are one of, if not the best, fan supporter group out there. Though that whole crew, JoJo, War Drummer, Hoots, all the Denver Outlaws fans, this is not a game to hang your head on and feel, bummed out about. Like, yes, does it hurt that your team lost the championship? Absolutely. I'm not going to say don't feel emotion for your team losing by 1 in a championship game. But this, I think, is a stepping stone for this Outlaws roster. They are so young. Like, think about the youth on this roster. Think about the guys that are just entering their prime right now. You have the reigning coach of the year, who, mind you, if there was an award for it, probably would win GM of the year too. This team is in such good hands, and I think this is only the beginning for what this Denver Outlaws team is going to be capable of. And guess what? I'm going to put it out there right now. We can clip this. Within the next 5 years, I think the Denver Outlaws win at least 2 championships. That's how good this roster is. That's how talented this roster is. That's how well coached this roster is. They're going to come away with hardware multiple times. And again, it also will not shock me here, too. We can clip this early predict. It's not going to shock me if they walk away with the championship series title in February. This team is setting the tone for what's to come for their franchise. And while losing in a championship sucks, you're going to bounce back from this, and the fruits of the labor are going to showcase themselves for years to come.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about it after. Like, they're so close. Like, and it's not that they need to add anything, really. They just ran into Atlas, who kind of wanted it more this year. But, like, they have all the pieces to be successful over the next couple of years. And the bad part is they're young, outside of a few players. So, and the other bad part to that is that it seems like the younger players are even better than the older players anyway. Like, you would probably want them to keep those older guys rather than go draft new ones if you're anybody but a Denver fan, because you kind of want them to not win soon. But realistically, as they continue the leaf turning and they continue, to get younger and mold this group, they're only going to get better. Like, there are going to be multiple championships in both championship series and a regular season for the Outlaws moving forward.
Yeah, like you look at their offensive core, like you have the Taforotan offense. You hope Graham Bundy Jr. kind of has a bounce back, year 3, because he is a potent piece of that offense when he's going. You have the reigning short stick defensive midfielder of the year on your team, and they have a phenomenal short stick room. You have the reigning LSM of the year on your team. You have the reigning goalie of the year on your team, and he was a rookie, mind you. Like, this team is set up for success for the long haul. And, last year we almost talked about them peaking too soon, where we were like, damn, like they made the playoffs and nobody expected it. Now it's like you got your 2 years taste of like, here's the playoffs. This is what it's like. This is a young core growing together. Next year is going to be the year where it's like, hey, we got to put up or shut up and really showcase that, like, hey, we're for real. And I fully believe that they're going to be capable of doing it. Brennan O'Neill is one of the most talented athletes I've ever witnessed with my own 2 eyes. So anybody slandering him, you can fuck all the way off. That dude is going to win so many championships in his professional career, whether it's outdoor, indoor, in between, Olympics. He's a star. And watching him grow this year from what he was as a rookie, very reserved, very quiet, watching this year evolve and seeing Brennan come out of his shell during media sessions, during media day, after losing a championship, this Denver Outlaws team has the face of their franchise moving forward. And I know, like, Eric Law is Mr. Outlaw and forever will be, but when it's all said and done, Brennan O'Neill, I think, is going to be mentioned in the same breath as someone like Eric Law with this Denver Outlaws organization, because that dude is on a mission and he's going to do whatever it takes to drag that team along with Pat Cav, along with Logan Wisnauskas, along with Jared Bernhardt, along with Logan McNaney and the rest of this crew, JT Giles Harris. Like, this core, they're going to do whatever it takes to win titles because they are that talented. They are that determined. And I'm excited for what their future holds because they're not going anywhere anytime soon, nor are your reigning champion New York Atlas. You want to talk about another relatively young core? Like, they have guys that are going to be on that roster for years. They have the right coaches in place. And I think this championship for them, now that they've gotten over the hump, it's one of those rare instances that I think New York is going to be even more hungry now. And you see that with a lot of teams when they win their first one, how much more determined they are to go and get more hardware for that trophy cabinet. I think the New York Atlas are one of those teams where they now have the taste of what success is truly like, and it's only going to push them forward more. And this will not be the last championship that this New York Atlas core win together, because they're that talented. They are that determined. They are that hardworking. And I think this is just the beginning of their run in the PLL, and it's super impressive to watch what they were able to do all season long after starting 1-2.
I mean, I saw it coming, obviously. I said that.
You saw it before it started.
I saw it way before it started.
That's so Deej.
Stop. But no, the main thing for me with this was they're young but good. And it's been that way since they made the initial changes. Once they drafted T and then went behind that and got Shelly and Xander not long after, kind of knew what this team was doing. They already had Brian Costabile. And then, they added Hugh Kelleher to that, Matt Trainer.
And Costa almost got it started because he was there before any of them.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like this team is not going anywhere. The only thing that might help is Trevor eventually being done playing.
Which doesn't feel like that's anytime soon either.
No, for one, he looks good.
He's only 29.
And two, by then they'll probably have another face-off guy that's somewhere as good. I won't say it's going to be Trevor Baptiste, but
right,
it's going to be pretty good. So what does that really change for you? Liam Entenmann's younger than ever. Ain't going nowhere.
Your defense is young as shit.
Yeah. Rex Rhodes, your oldest pole. Like, oh,
Danny Logan's in his prime.
Like, they have nothing to worry about. They might be the youngest team in the league. Outside of Denver.
I think it's still Denver, and then Redwoods.
Maybe now. But
like
I don't know.
This year's Redwoods team. Because mine is still a boy.
We still got Dylan, Ryder, and Jack Kelly.
Yeah, but to be fair, and this is no slight to Jack, he wasn't on the active roster this year. So your 2025 active roster average.
Oh, you trying to do? He was on the 25.
No, he was on IR all year, so he's technically on the 25.
That's all the same. That's all the same.
No, because if he came off of IR, he would have had to have been added to the 25.
Still, all the same.
He's in the front office. He's got an office next to Joe Spolino.
All I'm saying is he can't go nobody else can have him. he's a Redwood. He's not one of those guys that didn't hit the threshold. Like he is a Redwood.
Yeah, I think Rex Rhodes the oldest, along with Trevor. They're both 29.
Yeah, so I mean, just years upon years of.
And the crazy part is like Jeff Teat's older than he looks.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jeff's 28. But I think it's them, yeah. Unless I'm forgetting somebody. Which is totally plausible. Yeah, because Danny Logan's 27. Like, he's just hitting his prime.
We
didn't even mention Tyler Carpenter and Michael Grace. Like, they're set up for success. That was included
in the Rex Rhodes, your oldest poll.
Well, I'm just saying, like, in terms of, like, longevity success of, like, the youth on this team. Like,
right, Rex Rhodes, your oldest poll. That's your entire poll room.
I wanted to name drop them boys.
Clearly, you're on a name dropping spree right now.
That's your good personal friend Tyler Carpenter.
It is. You're right.
You can't disrespect the 2024 LSM of the year like that.
Hey, it ain't no disrespect. TC knows what's up.
Oh, that's so funny. But yeah, I mean, Jeff Teat wins MVP of the championship game as well, and 6 points, pretty fucking impressive. And I gotta say, I think after this game is the most we've ever seen Jeff Teat smile and laugh in his life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Smile, yes. The man smiled the entire press conference.
The whole time.
And did a lot of nodding. And not a lot of answering. Hilarious.
Like he does a lot of that to begin with.
Hilarious.
I've never seen Jeff so happy. And I was just thrilled for him because he's like the Canadian golden boy. He was the chosen one when he got drafted, and everyone talking about Jeff Teat, and rightfully so. And now for him to get his first professional championship, like I think him smiling was just like him realizing a lot of the long practices, the long hours of training, the hard work, the sleepless nights, like all of that finally came to fruition, and he could kind of just like breathe and just enjoy the fruits of his labor that have been building to this moment. And genuinely, like, I know Jeff's a very soft-spoken guy. I've had a number of, media conversations with him, whether it be press conferences. We had him on at Media Day, obviously. I'm so fucking happy for him, man. He's one of those players that just deserves to have champion next to his name, no matter what level it is. And for him to get over the mountaintop and get that championship was huge. Connor Schellenberger, 4 points in this game. They come on the pod together. combined for 10 points. No big deal. Danny Logan, 2 points. And on top of that, the biggest one, Trevor Baptiste. You know, we've talked about Trevor a ton on this show. Trevor is my guy through and through. Trevor's your guy through and through, Deej. But, like, Trevor and I have this, like, special relationship where, like, I remember the 2018 NLL draft and being 30 feet away from Trevor and wondering who this guy was. And then the Philadelphia Wings draft him. And I'm like, sweet, I get to be around this guy this year. And Trevor's pro career and my journey into covering professional lacrosse, kind of like being on the same trajectory and timeline, has been super special. And, you know, being two New Jersey kids, former swimmers, and just so much in common with one another, to see Trevor with the WWE belt around his waist, to see him walk in with that trophy, it was awesome. And, you know, I know media's supposed to be unbiased and all that. Trevor's my fucking guy. And if you know me, you know that. Trevor knows that. I'm so stoked for him. He's another one of those people that deserves to have champion next to his name. And the fact that he finally has a professional championship in his trophy cabinet now, I could not be happier for anyone else. Even though I'm thrilled for this Atlas team, Trevor on a personal level, like, that's my dude through and through. And to see him, you know, get to the mountaintop is really special. And to be there for it was super special.
Yeah, I mean, it was exciting to see him, you know, win that first championship and do something that, you know, Atlas set out so long ago to do. You could obviously tell it felt a little special to him for that, you know, for that specific reason, being able to look back and be like, you know, this was an entire 6 years worth of work that culminated to this moment, not just this season. He's looking back at all of it, and you could tell that was kind of what was going through his head as all of this was happening. It was really cool to, you know, see him have that moment and reach the top, and it was cool for a lot of those guys. I think as far as the PLL goes, like, a lot of those guys are used to winning, used to lifting trophies, and getting back to that feeling feels different than the first one. Obviously Trevor has, you know, lifted trophies before, but this is his first in the PLL. So he has that mix of getting back to that feeling of lifting a trophy, but also the first time he's lifted a PLL trophy. And it was just, he was ecstatic. And you love to see how players feel after winning a championship, because that's really what it's all about. And all the Atlas guys, Pressler included, were just elated with how the day went. Obviously, injury sucked, but outside of that, they were pleasantly happy with how everything else went.
Hey, you saw Pressler doing that little dance?
Pressler was definitely hitting it.
Oh, he was hitting that, bro. He was feeling it. And I mean, kudos to Coach Pressler, man. You know, 2023, he comes in, replaces Ben Rubior after Rubior steps down. And I think we also got to give flowers to Ben Rubior for this Atlas championship, Deej, because he laid the foundation of the beginning of all of this. You know, he brought in, you know, a no-brainer of Jeff Teague, but brought in so many of these guys that are still on this roster and kind of left a blueprint on the table at the house that Mike Pressler then had the keys to get into. And everyone questioned Mike Pressler in that 2023 draft. Why are they drafting Gavin Adler? Why are they drafting Brett Makar 1 and 3? Like, you have 2 of the top 3 picks. Why are you not getting more firepower? This was all part of the plan. This was all part of the plan. And Pressler was clowned for it in a lot of ways. And it's a testament to him seeing the vision of how he wanted to build this team and getting the right pieces in place that, you know, 2023, they were 2-8. They were 2-8, and everyone was wondering, will the New York Atlas ever, you know, win a championship? Will they ever get over the hump of being one of the, you know, OG teams and just never finishing above 500, never getting to a championship game? And it took a while. It took 3 coaches. It took a lot of, retooling, resetting. It took a couple miracles. Jeff Teague going back to college for sure. But at the end of the day, Mike Pressler pushed all the right buttons this year. And even after a 1-2 start, he got the correct 19-man roster. He got the correct 25-man roster and pushed this team to the mountaintop for the first time. And I also got to say congratulations to Brooksy and Sino because, I've had this take, Deej, since the game ended. I didn't know how to phrase it. Obviously this team added guys like Matt Trainer. They've added guys over the years to this roster to get where they are. I'm going to put this out there. Joe Sinowski was the missing piece to the New York Atlas being able to win a championship. Year 1 as defensive coordinator, and you saw every member of that defense elevate their game to a new level as the season progressed. Obviously, Liam Entenmann was phenomenal, but even in games where things were close, you saw Liam take his game to a new step. And I don't know what the philosophy is per se. We're going to try to get Sino on the show in a couple weeks, and hopefully throughout the season next year with Brooksy for a whole segment because they both verbally agreed to it in our media day interview. But I think he was a huge missing piece of the puzzle. Whatever his defensive philosophy was, it worked so well. And I got to give credit to him, being part of this staff, and obviously Brooksy being an OG member of the Atlas too. Him and Trevor, the 2 OGs, and seeing them celebrate together was awesome. But I think Sino was a missing piece to the puzzle for the New York Atlas to be this 2025 championship roster we now know.
I don't have a comment on that. If you rocking, I'm rolling. If you rocking, I'm rolling.
This might be the first time you've never said, I don't know about that.
Bro. I kind of don't, but maybe?
Maybe? I don't know about that, Jim. That's the first time That's the first time you've never refuted one of my takes. I'm kind of impressed.
Hey, it's a half decent take this time.
We're gonna put that on a quote card.
Yeah, you should. It's a half decent take this time. I'll get
because I mean
hey, we need to make a meme out of that. That's a half decent take. You know how many times we could drop that on the TL?
That's a half baked take.
Bruh.
That John half baked. But I mean, look at their defense. Obviously, Gavin Adler, now reigning defensive player of the year. Brett Makar, Rex
Should
Rhodes,
we start calling takes that turn out to be right twice baked takes? Oh my god, that's fire! Twice baked takes? Come on, bro. Tell me it's not. My Atlas prediction for them to make the championship game is a twice baked take. No. Twice baked. Not fully baked. Twice baked. That means they get baked, you scoop it out, pop it in there, and bake it again. Twice baked takes. We out here. I like that. I'm marketing that. We need that on a t-shirt, a cue card, everything. Trademarked by OTB Laxpod.
Underground Sports Philadelphia LLC, all rights
right
reserved.
now.
Oh, that's funny. But I mean, you look at their defense, obviously Gavin Adler, Makar, Rex Rhodes, they're phenomenal players. They always have been. But it felt like this year, especially as the season progressed, and it's a big reason why Gavin Adler's defensive player of the year, they all took their game to another level. And I just think it was the philosophy and whatever the coaching schematic and the, ideals that Sinowski brought in, it unlocked something in those guys. And I thought they played incredible 90% of the season outside of those 2 losses early in the year. to showcase their talents and really be a staple of why this Atlas team was so good, because they were able to score in bunches, and then they played lockdown defense, and Liam Entenmann was there to save the day if some sort of code was cracked. But the close defense for the New York Atlas was spectacular all season long, and I don't even think they get enough credit. Obviously Gavin gets the hardware and everything, but Makar was great, and you noticed his absence when he was injured, and Rexroad has just been like that quiet soldier for that New York Atlas defense for a long time and just puts his head down, goes to work. He's been phenomenal his entire career, so kudos to Sino, because maybe, just maybe, he was the missing piece all along.
I mean, it was Makar. That's what Coach said
On the field.
Hey, that's what
agree.
No. Coach even said in the prep, especially for Denver, it was all about Makar because he knew so many of these dudes.
He knew them Terps.
Hey, Press said it. Press said he was out there Terp talking. I'm just letting you know. That's what the man Presser said.
Hey, that was to my.
You can have your
too.
opinion, but that's what Presser said.
Hey, on the field,
I'm just reiterating the facts.
On the field, Brett Makar made a difference in this game, both offensively and defensively. Like, his presence was felt.
Just say. I'm just letting you know what the man said.
As a whole, and building to the culmination, to the mountaintop, Sino's big, beautiful glasses wearing face.
Maybe.
Big piece of the puzzle, in my opinion.
I'm just devil's advocate here. Trying to make your take as strong as possible before you throw it out to the world.
Hey,
that's all, dog.
I'm not saying. Shirt saying.
I think, but isn't that your shirt? So doesn't that make it you saying it?
I didn't say nothing.
I'm just asking the important questions here.
The cloth that's cloth talk. That's comfort colors talk.
Okay.
Okay. What's your biggest takeaway from this PLL season as a whole? Not even just the championship. Now that the season's said and done, what's like your biggest takeaway from year 7? Like, the numbers have come out as the highest, year-over-year growth year for the PLL ever in every single category. But what do you take away as DJ Hughes in 2025 from this PLL season?
That Chicago's going to get a team. From just like, but that's beyond just how they handled Chicago and how they felt about it and all of that. Just when you look at the other markets and how the PLL tries to couple with things in the surrounding areas and things of that nature, like Chicago is a perfect market for the PLL. I don't know if they're necessarily going to stay in Chicago and might start to hit some of the outskirts, but Chicago's getting a team.
He said that outskirt skirt.
And I'm happy with that. I think the fan experience got better. I think the shop could have been a little better.
It felt like this year was like a transition of curation of the shop, where it was like, and I think they did a good job of making each home venue, like if it was a homecoming weekend, making it feel like you were in your own team shop for a majority of it.
Yeah, I don't mind the way it was done. I think I just want more stuff in the shop. Like, I feel like there's like not enough options. Like, I think they're putting out like too many jerseys. If that makes sense, like put out like hang like one dark and one white of each team, and then you can still have them out. There can still be multiple numbers there for people to pick from, but you don't have to display every number and every size. Like, I think that's a little much. And like I just feel like there could be like more t-shirts, hoodies, like that kind of stuff out for people to get. I think there's like some stuff that like is on the shop that isn't quite available in person shop. Just, you know, that kind of stuff. Just broadening the shop to give people more options versus.
I think it's even one of those things where I wish there was more exclusive things in.
I mean, yeah, that
like
works too.
on location, like where it's like I can only get this if I'm at a PLL week. I think that would be really cool.
I think a lot of that stuff is already like that, though. Honestly.
Right, but like to your, like I wish there was. I not wish, but like I would like to see like more of that. Even like we got the venue tees this year that were city specific, which I thought was an awesome touch.
And I think some of the like action shot printed stuff we saw was venue exclusive. So I don't remember seeing that on the site.
Yeah,
but
and I think it's only getting started too with PLL collectibles and stuff like that.
Yeah, like that wasn't like they did that bad. Is more of just like it can still improve from where they're, and I think they where they have already improved.
I think all the merch team would tell you that too. Like because a lot of it feels like they're bringing it in-house from where in years past it was outside the club. Now they're getting in. I think my biggest takeaway is that Lacrosse is in the best spot it's ever been. Like just looking at, like you said, the on-location experience, the fan experience, the locations that they're going to, we're getting a more stable, for lack of a better term, kind of idea of where the league is picking and choosing to go, and then being decisive about new locations and things like that. I think it was smart to bring the playoffs to some new spots. I think it was smart to, have Chicago as a neutral site, continuing Fairfield as a neutral site, and just seeing lacrosse in the mainstream, seeing it all over ESPN, seeing Paul hop on, CNBC, seeing, players and Paul and front office people on Good Morning America. Like street lacrosse is in a big place, which let's not forget when they announced street lacrosse in Chicago this year, they announced they were doing it in multiple spots, and it was Chicago, New York, and they're also doing one in Atlanta, which I don't know when that is, but Atlanta's getting a street lacrosse event at some point. So that's also something to definitely keep an eye on. But I think from just a top to bottom standpoint, like pro lacrosse is in the best hands it's ever been. And it's just getting started with where we're at right now. And that's exciting. You have a championship game decided by one goal. You have, parity as high as it's ever been. You have superstars on every single roster. You have unbelievable stories to tell on a bunch of these teams. You have first-year head coaches having success. There's so much positivity to take away from this season. And, like, as people who have followed the league and covered the league since year one, like, the growth from 2019 to now is insane. So to think about what it'll be from 2025 to 2032 in another 7 years is wild to think about where we'll be in the next 7 years from what we've come from 2019 to now, which also included a COVID-shortened bubble season.
I personally love where lacrosse is going. There are people who have never seen lacrosse that have stumbled across the PLL. The main thing I like about it is just the marketing and social media aspect they have behind the game. Like, they want to get the game in front of as many people as possible. That's it. Like, they're not just marketing to lacrosse fans. And I think that's what upsets lacrosse fans sometimes is, like, they're not, like, it's not just about you and lacrosse and the way lacrosse works. Like, it's about getting everybody involved. Like, you can look at some of the rules in basketball and football and clearly tell they're not about the way the game goes, and they're more about making sure that people enjoy the game, which goes for people who don't really care about the sport. It's just common sense. Like, that's how sports work. There are going to be some things that change to appeal to the masses so that you can make this work for the masses. That's the whole point of a professional league, is to give the players and the people who love this game an opportunity to put on a great showing of the game for the masses.
Mm-hmm.
The PLL is doing a great job at drawing in masses and continuing to make that mass bigger so that there are even more eyes on lacrosse on a consistent basis.
100%. So congrats to Paul, Mike, Rachel DeCecco, the whole PLL team that we deal with on a day in and day out basis during the season. Grace Hamilton, Nick Oxtum, like everybody. It was truly a season for the books that we'll remember forever. And congratulations to the New York Atlas, your 2025 PLL champions. Our PLL Championship Game and weekend wrap-up brought to you by our friends over at Buff. Guys, the new Survivor Season 49 buffs are available now on Buff's website. Gear up for this fall season. Just because, summertime is unfortunately coming to an end doesn't mean you can't still go outdoors, experience some fresh air. Got to make sure you're protecting yourself, though, and use our friends at Buff to do so. Check out the Survivor Season 49 buffs available now. Use our link in the description to shop with Buff, and we thank Buff for being a proud partner of OTB. We had the end of year awards ceremony, which Deej found out retroactively he was invited to.
Yeah. On the back end.
It was a great time. Very fun catching up with a bunch of people. Deej hates his day job. Parody.
Don't say that too loud. It wasn't the parody part. I just don't want you to say it too loud.
Whisper, something.
I hate my day job. Oh my God. What was that?
This is OTB ASMR. Hey, Halloween's coming up.
Tell me that's not the best thunder you've ever heard.
People are going to hate this portion of the podcast. They're going to hate us. Rightfully so. End of year awards happened. And as I mentioned at the top of the show, yes, I am an end of year awards voter. I got the opportunity. It's one of my biggest proud moments that I get to vote something as prestigious as that in any sports league, and let alone the PLL. It's super cool, and I take a lot of pride in it, and I am very methodical with it. Deej, were there any surprises for you with the end of year awards inevitable winners as we got those last week in New York? A lot of chalk, for lack of a better term, but there was a lot of pleasant surprises too that I was happy for a lot of the guys who walked away with hardware.
No, I had no surprises, honestly. I think we would have voted differently on some things, but overall, I think I could have guessed that this is how things were going to play out, based off of voting in other sports, voting in lacrosse in previous years, the way this season went, etc. So there were no real surprises, but it was nice to see certain players get rewarded for their efforts, even though their team may not have had the success that some people probably expected them to have.
Mm-hmm.
That's one thing I do like about lacrosse sometimes is team success doesn't always matter.
Yeah.
And to me, that's for individual awards, it should.
Yeah. 100%.
That's something that I like about it, is that it's an individual it's an individual award, and they're not factoring in team success or lack thereof. Which, yes, being a good player or a great player does help your team win, but not all the time. So I really like that. For the most part, these awards were based off the individual success and productivity of the players versus their team's productivity and the win and loss record.
Yeah, so we'll go through the award winners. Kind of just give quick blurb takes if need be, but your MVP of the 2025 season, Connor Schellenberger. Your attackman of the year, Connor Schellenberger. Your midfielder of the year, Matt Campbell. Your defensive player of the year, Gavin Adler. Your goalie of the year, Logan McNaney. Hashtag Hoots was right. Your face-off player of the year, TD Ierlan. Your LSM of the year, Jake Piscino. Your George Moriarty Hard Hat Award for the short stick defensive midfielder of the year goes to Ryan Tarafanko. Your rookie of the year, Chris Kavanaugh. Coach of the year, Tim Sudan. Comeback player of the year, Dylan Malloy. Teammate of the year, Brian Tevlin. Leadership award, Blaze Reardon. Sportsmanship award, Joe Nardella. And your humanitarian award winner, Romar Dennis. All wildly deserving across the board. There were, I'll come out and say it, there were winners of the awards that I voted differently on, and it's no slight to the winners at all. It's just like each voter's different. You see it in baseball, you see it in football, you see it in basketball. Like, voters just have different perspectives, and I think that's what makes sports awesome, is that people have different vantage points and viewpoints on how they perceive, one thing or another. And I definitely voted differently in a multitude of the awards. And, as they went, I was like, oh, I'm 0 for 3 on voting for the winner, as the awards started. But nonetheless, there was a lot that I did vote for that ended up coming to fruition. And one of those that I'm very happy about is Blaze Reardon getting the Brendan Looney Leadership Award. Very much like Trevor, Blaze has been in our corner from day one. He's been wildly supportive of us, and that's no slight to Matt Dunn or Mike Manley, but seeing what Blaze does for that team, and a Carolina Chaos team that nobody had any expectation for, nobody had any, real thought on being in the position that they ended up being in at the end of the year. I feel like Blaze did such a great job keeping that team together, and if Blaze is not on that roster, who knows where the Carolina Chaos would be. And I think he's just such a vocal leader. He's a lead by example leader, and I think he's his leadership abilities are a huge reason why Carolina were in the position that they ended up in at the end of the year, why they'll be playing in the championship series. And he's a consummate leader throughout any locker room that he's a part of. And I was very happy to see that he wound up winning the Brendan Looney Leadership Award.
I mean, it all worked out. He's a guy that is a leader everywhere he goes. So obviously it was an award that he deserved. And if you ask me, that was one of the harder awards to pick, simply because there are so many, like all three of those guys have very good reasons to, deserve that award. And it kind of spells itself out for you for each one of those guys. And then it's down to personal opinion after that. So it was pleasant to see Blaze continue to be highlighted for all the good things that he does on and off the field.
Yeah. And I mean, shout out to Tev taking home the sportsmanship award. Or excuse me, he took home teammate of the year. Nards took home sportsmanship, but, shout out to Tev, another guy who, all three guys that were nominated, very deserving, but shout out to Tev for being, one of the best team. Anybody you talk to from that Redwoods locker room, Brian Tevlin's name is one of the first two that get tossed out there in terms of just like being there for the team, being a guy that sets the example. So very excited for him and thrilled that he was able to take that home as well. And then Nard's story in his speech about winning the sportsmanship award, he goes, I was on my way down on the train from Boston talking to my girlfriend, and she said, do you have a speech prepared? And he said, no, but if I do end up winning, I want to tell a story about when I was like 9 years old. We played against a team. We ended up losing, and I didn't like the team at all. I really hated them. And he name dropped the team too. And he said, I was so angry we lost, I skipped the handshake line. So me being up here in front of all of you, accepting the sportsmanship award is a testament to how far I've come, I guess.
I mean, that's a huge testament.
Just perfect. Joe Nardella is there. He's the best. He's so funny.
As you know, we're Joe Nardella people.
Hashtag back in the comment section, baby. I thought the Wells Crowther Humanitarian Award was really well done too. Wells' mom presented the award, and then the PLL presented her and their family with a framed Boston Cannons Wells Crowther jersey, but instead of the numbers being white, they were red with the bandana paisley pattern on the inside. It was super cool. She got a standing ovation from the entire room too. It was a really special moment, especially with that ceremony coming the day after September 11th, and what a day that is for the Crowther family, obviously. But it was really cool, and just a moment during the ceremony that was super special. And I mean, Romar Dennis, what more can you say about the type of human that he is and the way he gives back? And super happy for him. He just continues to be, and he's such a good player on the field, but he's an even better person. And if you even take 30 seconds to just talk to Romar, you just hear it in the conversation you're having with him. And he does so much for the sport on and off the field. And he's just so humble, and very happy for him.
Yeah, I mean, he does a lot of work to help grow the game in multiple places around the world. So it was kind of only a matter of time before he would start to win these kind of awards and win them consistently and be recognized for the things he does. But he's one of those guys where you talk to him and you realize, like, oh, that's what everybody means. But then it's also at a heightened level because you get to then experience it versus just hearing it second nature. He's deserving of everything he's gotten so far, but genuinely one of the nicest people in the PLL.
100%. And then the first and second team All-Pros were announced as well. Your first team All-Pro attack, Connor Schellenberger, Michael Sowers, Brendan O'Neill. Your midfield, Matt Campbell, Jared Bernhardt, Andrew McAdory. Your face-off athlete, TD Ireland. Your defense, first team All-Pro, Gavin Adler, Graham Hosick, JT Giles Harris. LSM, Jake Pacino. Your short stick D-middies, Danny Logan, Ryan Tarafanko. And your goalie, Liam Enteman. And then your second team All-Pro attack group, Jeff Teat, Chris Cavanaugh, Pat Cavanaugh. Midfield, Brian Costabile, Matt Brandow, Zach Courier. Your face-off athlete, Trevor Baptiste. Defense, Matt Dunn, Ajax Zapatello, Jack Rowlett. LSM, Troy Ray. Short stick defensive midfielders, Dylan Hess, Brian Tevlin. And then your goalie, Logan McNaney. I think the only discourse on the interwebs is that Logan McNaney won goalie of the year, and Liam Enteman ended up as the first team All-Pro. That has put people's brains in a pretzel from all of the comment sections and just tweets and posts I've seen. It's very funny to watch.
Excuse me. Yeah, I know. One day they'll learn how voting actually works, and then it'll make sense to them.
Which it is a rarity that happens. So it is a rare occurrence where typically your award winner does end up getting the first team All-Pro in any sport. But yeah, there's voting for these things, and one day they'll figure it out. But I mean, it's no slight to Logan either. Like, you took home goalie of the year as a rookie, and you're a second team All-Pro in your rookie season. Like, that's pretty fucking impressive. So kudos to everybody that made the All-Pro teams, took home end-of-year awards, and yeah, I mean, what a season, man. What a fucking season for us. Crazy year. We were talking about it at the end of the championship game. Feels like we were just missing Albany
Yeah,
last
like
week.
it sprinted like that. Sprinted.
You know, this year we accomplished a lot, and none of what we were able to accomplish would be possible without a number of people. And that all starts with an itsy bitsy DM on Instagram from the one and only Miles Lineberger. Miles sliding in our DMs opened up just a pathway that I didn't know we were going to be capable of. He says, "Hey, I'm in the Charlotte area. Would love to cover the PLL for you guys, photo-wise." And I was like, hell yeah, that would be awesome. And then from there, we're introduced to Ryan, hashtag RJ clip that. And from there, we go and, you know, have just the unbelievable photos from the one, the only Olivia Smoot, who was phenomenal in Baltimore for us. To then go to San Diego, of all places. Our guy Zach just doing the damn thing out there on the West Coast for us. Hoots going to All-Star Weekend, holding it down in Utah and Denver. And then the playoffs, RJ comes through again and does his thing. Like, the fact that we had photographers, I didn't realize how much it was going to impact our growth, but holy shit did it impact our growth.
A bunch.
We assembled like the photography Avengers this season, and it doesn't happen without Miles. And then RJ doing the damn thing, Olivia, Zach, Hoots. We promoted Hoots to director of photography for the Outside the Box podcast. And kudos to every single photographer that hopped on board with us this year. And I hope
just
you
need
feel
some flicks of the boys.
I hope they feel as appreciated as they should, because they truly like leveled up the game for us and put us in a new stratosphere of being able to accomplish things that we were not able to accomplish in years past. And it was on full display from each and every one of them. So thank you to all of our photogs. Shout out to Hoots. Goes from fan to member of the show, to co-hosting another podcast as well. He's the fucking man, dude. Like, the fact that we met Hoots from doing an All-Star Game jersey giveaway on Twitter is just banana land. And he's the fucking best. Like, truly. Like, it's rare when you have a relationship like Deej and I have that we just hit it off right away back in 2021. Hoots was the same way, but with both of us.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, we're crashing out in group chats together and, like, talking shit about sports, talking shit about dumb burner takes all the time. Like, I fucking love that dude, and I'm so happy he's, like, a part of our squad.
Yeah, dude, it's a blessing to be able to find people you have chemistry with.
And, like, his whole family is just, like, incredible. Cool. Incredible.
My family, all right.
Your mom didn't even know my name at first.
Bruh. She called you the cinema we got up here. KP. I said, who is that?
Like a I'm like a knockoff gas station.
Who is that? I don't know that man.
We did another live show this year, which was awesome. Scotty Royster, aka Miles Jones, aka Scotty Royster, crashed it.
Who also is me?
Facts.
Question mark.
Who's also Trevor Baptiste.
No, we don't all look alike. Yeah.
And the Sixers Stixers also crashed it. And I mean, like, the interviews we were able to get this year, sure. Was it every week? No, but like I think the quality of the interviews were fantastic, from Josh Balkersell and the whole Balkersell family hopping on board with us. Like, we got JB34's dad. They're out camping and he's rocking an OTB sweatshirt. Like, they're the fucking best. Stopping us in Fairfield as we're walking back from a press conference and like recognizing us was just unbelievable.
Talked us up,
hyped us up. He shot a shot and called it, said that he would see us in Philly. The Redwoods played in Philly. That was great. That was like on your type of level. He was Each time.
It was. That destined.
Each time right there. You know, the Jackson Iker interview, I still think to this day, one of the best interviews we've ever done. And then Rachel DeCecco, like, to have the VP of Lacrosse for both the PLL and WLL and a legend of the game like that hop on with us for as long as she did. She's truly the best. And like, I'm so fucking appreciative of her. Like, she is a one of one. And then all the media day interviews. Like, we finally got to sit down with Jeff Teat, with Shelley. We got to sit down with Mike Manley, Pat Cav, and like everyone we had on at media day, plus like a branch of having the photographers, like all these players now finding us on social media and like realizing like who we are, like Pat Cav following us, Max Krebsky following us. You know, we had growth of actual PLL players following us on social media this year, unlike any other. And it was really sick. Like, every single time a new follower come through, I would just take a screenshot of it, send it to the group chat, and be like, "Oh, boys, we up. OTB boys up." And the amount of times we got recognized this season was like an out of world experience, and just still feels very weird because the way you and I carry ourselves, like, we're just regular everyday people, but then we go out on the road or just even in our backyard and people recognizing who we are, it's very like imposter syndrome, because it's like, we're just normal people. Like, we shouldn't be getting recognized like this, yet here we are. And it's just a testament to everyone who listens, everyone who follows. It's a testament to the work that this guy on screen with me puts in every single week. And I don't like to toot my own horn, but it's a testament to the work that I'm able to put in every single week. And like,
I'll toot it for you. You definitely put in a fuck ton of work, dude.
Continuing
don't
to
ever
learn the game from like a game perspective. And
I'm trying to learn how to be professional.
It's a testament to like Mike and Paul and Grace and Rachel and Nick and everybody at the PLO, like, believing in what we do, and like getting DMs about interviews and DMs about like what we do on a week in and week out basis is fucking crazy. So just thank you. I know we do this at the end of every season that we have, whether it's PLL or NLL, but like, genuinely, like, this PLL season was one for the books for us. And it was so much goddamn fun. I had a blast this summer, and I hate to see it go, but it only makes me more excited for what 2026 is going to be, because it's going to be bigger, better, faster, stronger than ever. And on top of that, we're going to have the women's game involved in 2026. And that has me so fired up, because with the minimal amounts of interactions we've had with WLL players at Champ Series, you're going to be getting a shit ton more of WLL coverage on this podcast. And that makes me so excited because the product that is unbelievable. And it's going to be a lot more work for us, obviously, because obviously it just means more things we're covering. But I'm excited for that challenge, to know that we're capping off the 2025 field season, knowing that 2026 is bringing the women's game back for us. I'm fucking fired up, dude.
I mean, it's just a lot more work, but a lot more work I'm ready for.
Facts.
I'm excited. I think that will be a next level step for them, for the game as a whole. I think it helps bring another audience to the PLL when done correctly, and vice versa. It's a great opportunity for the sport of lacrosse to grow as a whole, with the men's and women's game growing together alongside each other.
Big facts. And you can keep up to date with all of it in the PLL app. Download the PLL app, guys, in the App Store, Google Play Store, or go to pll.app. It's a gamified app. You keep up to date with everything from articles from beat writers, post-game press conferences, videos, the whole lot, plus PLL fantasy in there during the season, trivia. You earn experience points in the app. You unlock rewards and benefits. And we got 500 XP for you right now. So go to the redeem code section when you download the PLL app. Use code OTBPOD, OTBPOD. Get 500 XP on your account. So download the PLL app. Go to the redeem code section. Use code OTBPOD for 500 XP on your account. And keep up to date with everything going on in the PLL, the WLL, and more in the PLL app. Anything else, Steege?
Happy with another season.
Facts.
Buck Sports Illustrated Stadium.
I do have one other thing, just from an NLL perspective. Who knows if it's going to happen? The way that the more podcast clips keep coming out about how it's getting ugly with the CBA negotiations. I did, in fact, get my schedule for the 2025-2026 Philadelphia Wings. So I can tell everyone the games that are home and away for the Wings, which is exciting. My only gripe is that I hate that the Wings season opener is at home at 1 p.m. I hate that it's an afternoon opener. It feels so not
you're not cool
as elevated.
The matinee vibes for the opener.
For an opener, it feels less than. I wish it was
Saturday though.
Yeah, it's Saturday at 1 because the Flyers play at 7.
At least it's a Saturday and not Friday.
Yeah, we have Friday, Saturdays, and Sunday. So Saturday, December 13th, it's me versus Hoots to kick off my Philadelphia Wings season. 1 o'clock at Xfinity Mobile Arena against the Colorado Mammoth. Then the Wings go on the road at Rochester and at Ottawa back-to-back weeks. And then they kick off the new year at home against Rochester at Xfinity Mobile Arena. Then they go to Vegas on January 17th. Then they're back home Friday, January 23rd against our friends, the San Diego Seals. And then the following Friday, they go to San Diego. So a little home-and-home action. Then, Deej, on your favorite day of the year, Valentine's Day, Saturday, February 14th, 9 p.m., it's Wings at Roughnecks.
All love lost right now. And I hope we kick y'all ass, too. There was no reason for me to catch that stray.
It's my favorite holiday of the year, too. And if you can't tell it in my voice, I'm being wildly facetious, and I can't stand that day.
Yeah, but it's not the same. The level of hurt is nowhere near the same.
Well,
that was an unnecessary stray. That's so crazy. That's so crazy.
I'll cut it.
No. You already said it. Leave it. It's cool. It's there. Because then if you cut it, the people are gonna be like, "What is he rambling about? He's tripping." Like, it's cool. The people don't even know why it's a stray, so it's fine to leave it. They don't know why. I do. Hoots knows, and that's it's cool. It's cool. I'll get you back one day. I'm throwing a crazy stray one day.
I wasn't even going from that angle. Right at the neck. Right off the rip. Just going, we both hate Hallmark holidays. But it's fine. We're both anti-Hallmark holidays.
That is not why I thought you said that, dog.
Damn.
Oh, bro, that's so funny. All right, straight taken back. I won't. I won't.
What'd he say? Fuck me, foe.
But that's what I'm thinking.
One of the first things we've ever talked about is we both hate Hallmark holidays and how stupid they are.
They are.
We've been on that page since day one.
I know, bro, but the other thing happened more recently, so I felt like that's what this was about.
The fact that it's a Hallmark holiday and our teams got to play each other is crazy.
It's actually perfect. It gives us a reason to not want to deal with any other part of the day.
Oh God.
But yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm crying. I just realized too, because I was like, oh, down the line, the Wings have 3 straight home games. They also have 3 straight away games. That fucking rocks.
Lovely.
At San Diego, at Buffalo, at Calgary. Very fun. Then the Wings come home Sunday, February 22nd against the Saskatchewan Rush. Then they are home Friday, February 27th against the Georgia Swarm. Then Saturday, February 28th, they're at the Georgia Swarm. Sunday, March 8th, they're at home against the Oshawa Firewolves. Friday, March 13th, they're at the Oshawa Firewolves. Friday, March 27th, they're home against Halifax. Sunday, March 29th, they're home against the Toronto Rock. I probably will not be at that game or the Georgia Swarm game. Georgia Swarm game, I believe, will be one of my Buna musical nights. And then Sunday, March 29th at 1 p.m. is so frustrating because that's my first season ticket game of the 2026 season for the Philadelphia Phillies. The fact that they're happening at the same time is bonkers. Then Saturday, April 11th, the Wings are home against the Vegas Desert Dogs. I don't know if I've ever seen, I could be wrong. I think I've seen them play Vegas in person. It just always feels like I never see them in person against Vegas, but it might be because it's late in the season.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Wings wrap up their 2025-2026 season on the road at Vancouver on Saturday, April 18th. Should be a fun one, but I think I'm only missing 2 games, which is nice. But I'm like, yeah, I can't miss the first season ticket game of the 2026 season for the hopeful defending World Series champion Philadelphia Phillies.
All right, you're doing a lot.
Hey, I'm just saying, I'm manifesting.
You doing a lot.
I'm just
Well,
manifesting.
can you manifest a Detroit Tigers AL Central Division title?
I don't know
please?
if my manifestation powers go outside of the tri-state area.
Okay. Here we go with this. All right.
I can try. I don't know if they work.
You ain't even say that. You just went straight to the
No,
Ooh.
I said I don't know if I can because
Right,
I don't.
you went-
I've never
you went
had
straight-
the.
you
I've
went
never
straight to
had
that.
to.
You didn't even say it. The way you were supposed to say is I'll try, but you had it backwards.
You didn't let me finish.
You had it backwards. It's cool. You don't
I've never
really want to try
attempted.
you don't really want to try for us, and that's cool because you don't want to
That's
see.
false.
You just don't want to see Schoolboy in the World Series, and
That's
I get it.
false.
Dude's a beast.
Phillies took 2 out of 3 from Detroit earlier.
Okay,
Feel good against them.
That's the regular season. Who cares?
Did it on Sunday Night Baseball too.
Where we're historically terrible? I know. I don't think we won a single.
I also think the
baseball
last
game this year.
thing The last thing this world needs is the Phillies and Tigers in the World Series, followed by the Eagles and Packers in the NFC Championship game.
That would be sick.
I would have an aneurysm.
Dude, we would be so beefed out on OTB.
Oh my god.
God.
We probably wouldn't have shows for weeks.
Especially if we happen to win.
If it's the World Series, we probably are not having shows for like 3 weeks, because at the end of that, it'll be Monday Night Football, Eagles Packers on November 10th.
This sounds like a lovely setup for us.
That sounds like absolute hell for me.
I'm here for it.
You have a funny definition of lovely, my friend.
I'm trying to figure out which one of them I want to win more, the Packers or the Tigers.
I really need a Phillies World Series win.
Y'all just had one. You know what? I want the Tigers to win. Yeah, I want the Tigers to win.
We had a Super Bowl win.
I've more recently seen the Packers win a Super Bowl than a Tigers World Series. That's what it comes down to. I mean, if I'm lucky, I'll get both of them, and I might just...
That's how I feel right
now. Fall over from excitement.
If I'm lucky, I'll get both of them.
I might just fall over in excitement. Might be the greatest day of my life.
I was going to bring something up, but then I knew you'd get mad. So I'm not going to do it. Out of respect for our friendship and our respective sports fandoms.
Okay.
But I did kind of have that experience in 2017, 2018.
I know you did.
In like a 3-month span.
Mm-hmm. Happy for you. You deserve that. You deserve that. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it.
And then it honestly was like a culmination of like 3 years in a row, because 2016 happened, and that was the more fulfilling of the two championships. Because Chris Jenkins at the buzzer is
all right, bro.
Goated.
2016 was fire, but
that was insane.
You didn't have to. I was letting you ride with 2018. All right.
But I could say 2016 into 2017 was that much more insane.
It was.
You can have Jenkins at the buzzer, followed by the Philly special.
I was here for that. I was here for both of those. I was fine with it. The one in 18, we do got a little beef about.
Hey, that was just, as the textbooks say, belt to ass.
I wonder if anybody's gonna know what we're talking about at all.
Brian, that's probably it.
Yeah. Yeah. Neil might be able to catch on. But
I don't even know if he will.
Yeah, you're right.
Brian definitely knows.
Brian does, yeah. And that's so funny. He might actually be the only person in the world that knows.
Brian definitely knows, and that's on Shake Shack being the best burger.
Period, bro. Talk about Whataburger.
Ugh.
Literally feels like concrete in your stomach. The worst thing I've ever eaten in my life. Worst thing I've ever eaten in my life.
Man was eating concrete bricks.
Bro, swear, straight concrete sludge. And then it just got worse as it sat in your stomach. Worst thing ever. But yeah.
To the chum bucket.
I think Hoots might know too.
Yeah, Hoots probably knows.
I think he could piece that together and figure it out. But that's it. I don't think anybody else.
Because I feel like not many people know that's my fandom.
Mm-hmm. Especially because you don't have any other fandoms
collegiately
of that type. I was trying not to give that away.
I'll beep it.
Because then that kind of does. I think people will be able to put it together. But, yeah. You don't have any other allegiances of that type.
No.
So.
Which is kind of funny.
It's a personal choice. It's not even funny.
Well, it's like...
I don't even get mad. I don't even get mad about it anymore. I don't.
It's also where I was born and where I was raised. From a football perspective at least.
I mean, that's cool, but like,
What am I? No offense. What am I gonna root for? Temple football?
I mean, you could.
I'm the most casual Temple football supporter.
Listen, Western beat Toledo today.
Holy Toledo!
I'm the most casual Western fan you'll run into.
It's one of my favorite phrases.
My whole last
it doesn't
cousin
get used enough.
My whole last cousin went to Western.
Holy Toledo! Shout out Quinyon Mitchell.
That's actually a fire. Yeah.
Oh,
I'm about to start using that twin. Dude, oh yeah, if y'all ain't know Quinyon, my twin.
Oh, I got one last thing. Shout out to our merch partners, PHI Apparel Company. Go to phiapparel.co and fill up your cart. Get official OTB shirts, hoodies, and more. And then at checkout, use code Underground for 10% off your next merch order. Again, phiapparel.co, code Underground for 10% off your next merch order. Stand out in the crowd with the official merch partner of Underground Sports Philadelphia. I feel like you have had to have seen this. Have you seen people going Jeff Teague mode?
Excuse me?
This whole trend started about
one of my favorite basketball players of all time.
You know, he hosts his podcast, right?
Yeah,
he's got 520 Club. So it's like TikTok people talking about going Teague mode, which is just a Jeff Teague jersey and no draws. And Jeff Teague is like not happy that it's a trend. And like Jeff Teague jerseys are like flying off of eBay right now because of it. Who's the PLL Jeff Teague mode jersey?
You said Teague mode? It's right there. It is right there. Teague mode is flying right there.
Teague mode. Jeff Teague jersey championship ring, no draws.
Holding the championship game MVP trophy. And a smile. A smile and a head nod.
It's straight face if it's an Ottawa Black Bears jersey.
The Teat jersey though.
If we don't start tweeting during NLL season with this, and yo, I'm going Teat mode watching NLL tonight.
So I need to get an NLL jersey.
Yo,
a Jeff T Ottawa jersey, you say? Oh, I don't think I'm allowed to do that. As a Calgary fan, I don't think I'm allowed to do that.
It's not like it's Saskatchewan.
Well, no, I think Calgary and Ottawa got beef too.
Yeah, but Calgary and Saskatchewan are the big rival.
Well, in the NLL.
Yeah.
I just mean like Calgary, Ottawa overall, I think is like a pretty big deal. I think it's like Michigan, Ohio. Like I think it's like they don't rock with each other.
It's also Jeff T, friend of the program. Just
Marvin Harrison went to Ohio State.
You get an Atlas Jeff T.
Now we talking.
Still going Teat mode, and you can smile.
And I can smile. Show them pearly whites and give them a head nod.
Yo, if we don't get going Teat mode, hopping on Lacrosse Twitter.
Oh my God! What if we got them to make us a shirt with like a mannequin wearing a Teat jersey and a ring,
no draws,
Teat mode. Oh, bro. God. I say it all the time. I don't know who allowed us to be around each other.
Yo, if you got to this point in the episode, you need to drop hashtag Teat mode in the comment section.
And please hop on Teat mode board with us.
Oh my God. Yo, imagine people started just tweeting us pictures, but it's just like chest up. And it's like Teat mode.
No, I need them to be as risque as possible. I need them like belly button up. belly button up. Like, we need to think that there might be something we don't want to see.
They going crop top Teague Mode.
I just need to possibly think I might see something I don't want to.
Oh my god.
Oh, we are so funny.
Teague Mode is hilarious, though.
Yes. I'm about to go find this too when we're done. That's the funny part.
But who would it be if it was just a caliber player of Jeff Teague in the PLL?
You ready? Are you ready?
I don't think so, but
because listen, it has to be somebody who was like decent at one point and like had skill, but also like has turned out to like just be a shit talker now that they're done playing. I think you might know where I'm going with this. Do you have a guess?
I don't.
Nick Icello. Spot on.
Oh my god.
Either him or Kyle Hartzell.
That is not where I thought you were going.
But it's so much funnier with Nick than it is Kyle.
Oh my god, it's so fucking funny.
It's so much funnier with Nick than it is Kyle. Oh my god.
Holy shit. Hashtag Teague Mode in the comment section, god damn it. Teague Mode in the Apple Podcast reviews. If you got to this point, you are contractually required to put hashtag Teague Mode in those two places.
Oh my god.
Holy shit. What an episode. What a fucking episode. That's all we got for you guys on that. What a perfect note to end on. Make sure you're following us on the socials at OTB LaxPod across the board. We're on every social platform. So keep following us. Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We're on every platform. Follow Hoots at Hoot Sports Media. Follow me at KBIZZL311 on Twitter, KBIZZLE11 on Instagram. Follow DJ SCS_NextGreat on Twitter. Subscribe to the pod, Apple, Spotify. Leave a hashtag Teague Mode, Apple Podcast review, 5-star review on Spotify. Goes a long way for helping the show continue to grow. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia and Outside the Box podcast YouTube channels, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia, youtube.com/@OTB LaxPod. Leave a like on the video, drop a comment in the comment section that says hashtag Teague Mode, and click that bell icon so you know whenever new videos go live. And this has been a 2025 PLL Championship Game hashtag Teague Mode recap, breakdown, cracking up edition of the award-nominated, honorably mentioned, number 9 NCAA, number 11 Philadelphia ranked, Deej coughing edition, and viewable on YouTube edition of the Outside the Box podcast, the official lacrosse podcast on the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network. For Deej,
swinging on you when I see you.
KB, we will see you next week, hopefully with a guest. We're trying to work on getting some guests now in the in-between period of PLL and NLL season that is hopefully going to happen. But until then, we're going to go Teague Mode. We'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.
Peace.